Hi there, this is Sahid with The Bloom Show, and
Williee Armellini from Flowers and Scents.
how's everybody doing today? I hope everybody's doing well. The intention of this show today is to highlight CalFlowers Fun and Sun, also to highlight the late night show that we will be having. So we were really excited about talking about the late night show that we'll be having at CalFlowers Fun in the Sun. Super excited about that. We'll have Steve Dionne on. We're going to have a surprise pop-in guest as well. So it's going to be super exciting and fun. Again, please chime in, ask questions. If you just want to give a hoot out to Steve Dionne and to Jay, please chime in and have fun with it. And how you doing today, Willie?
Hey, man. Just hanging out here in South Florida, or Central Florida, I keep saying, and enjoying the hot weather because it's hot. But
I heard California's a little chillier, so it's going to be super exciting to be there, right?
I'm looking forward to that part, to tell you the truth. It's always drier out there for sure.
And so before we start, let's invite Steve Dionne on so that we could share more things of what's happening in the special events. Because I was about to jump and start talking about the flower band, and I was super excited about the flower band as well. But we'll talk about that in a second.
We'll get there.
So let's do our thing and invite Steve Dionne on.
There he
Steve.
is.
Gentlemen, how are you?
How are you, sir?
Greetings, Steve.
I'm well, thank you. Thanks for having me on today. I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you for jumping on. I know you're super busy. We're 5 days out.
No, I'm not busy at all. No, it's a piece of cake. It's just a major convention coming up in a few days.
5 days out, right?
Exactly.
Right around the corner. So tell us, what is the most exciting thing that you're most excited about the convention? Not only to get it over with, but what are you really excited about with the convention?
You know what? There's actually really two things. The first one is just the buzz around the industry right now. Okay. Everybody good example. Yesterday I was over at Floral Trade Distributors. They're handling a lot of the movement of product for us and that sort of thing. They're a huge help. Shout out to the guys at FTD. They're doing a fantastic job. We really appreciate it. But even when I was over there, they were just coming up saying, hey, all of our customers are coming in. Everybody's talking about it now. Everybody's talking about, when does your flight arrive? When are we going to get together? So we're in that kind of, pre-convention stage where excitement's starting to build, and people are obviously ready to get out there. A lot of industry events recently have been very well attended, and we're expecting the same at Fun and Sun. The other thing I'm excited about is that flower feeling, and it's going to be a featured part of the convention. There's a lot of viewers that probably know a lot about it, and I'm guessing there's a lot of viewers that know nothing about it. And so everybody who comes to Fun and Sun is going to learn everything they need to know about the campaign, how it performed out there, how consumers reacted to it, whether we successfully moved the needle on increasing floral consumption in the United States. And we're going to be launching our voluntary funding model, which is ready to go. We've created a foundation to manage the funds, and we're going to be asking the industry to get behind that flower feeling effort. This is it's an important moment for the entire industry, and really looking forward to engaging with the members, the full range of attendees, on how they feel about this, what the future prospects are. I think it's one of the most exciting things that's come down the turnpike in the industry in a very long time. So I know that everybody on the board and staff is super excited about that aspect, and we're really looking forward to engaging with people on it.
A fine program it is.
Why, thank you.
And I think the actress is going to be there. Am I correct? Did I read that somewhere?
She is. Yeah, her name is Lexi. She'll be coming in from Brooklyn, and so she'll just be on hand to meet and greet everybody. And she's absolutely adorable. She's as lovely in person as she is on screen, and I think everybody's going to really enjoy meeting her. We also have some significant people from the agencies we worked with. We have Heather Lewis is coming in from Amsterdam, and we also have Imani Jackson, who's coming down from the Designery in Los Angeles. Those are two of our primary firms that we work with, and it's a great opportunity for people to understand kind of the A team that CalFlowers has built around this marketing effort, and who they are and what they bring to the table, and their professionalism and all that sort of thing. So there's going to be a really huge opportunity for people to just mingle with. These are not floral professionals; they're marketing professionals, and I think they have a lot to offer. And they'll also be included in our panel discussions. We got some really nice panel discussions set up around kind of a social media deep dive. We have one around general industry marketing. We're going to be talking about Floral Board as well as that flower feeling, and all other channels. You know, there's a new a streaming service that's in place now for Floral. And so Monica, Michelle will be here and participating in a panel for that. So we've got a lot of exciting stuff lined up on the educational side. And I think that attendees are going to come away with some rock solid information, including some detailed instructions on how to utilize that flower feeling assets that we've made available to the entire industry to leverage for the growth of their own business. So there's some really tangible take home points. And I think our educational program is going to be top notch this year. Very, very excited about it.
And
Wow.
it's jam packed with educational this year, right?
It is. We also have one on profitable plants as well. We have some design seminars with some absolute top talent, you know, from the field of floral design. So I think we've got all bases covered. I think that regardless of what segment of the industry you operate in, well beyond the networking opportunities that everybody, you know, is always enthusiastic about, there's going to be some really, really good educational opportunities. And obviously the deep dive on that flower feeling. So everybody's going to come away with a really strong understanding of what it is exactly we've accomplished out there. And you know, early preview, it's quite impressive. When we begin to share the data with you, I think we're going to open some eyes out there.
This is my first time going, but I wanted to go so badly because I've always heard from all the wholesalers how awesome and fun this event is. So I'm really looking forward to all the parties and just to hanging out. Tell us a little bit about that. And I know Willie is also doing some cool things. So share with us the fun stuff a little bit as well.
It's always a fun, you know, because it's, first of all, it's out there. I know you want him to share, but I've been to a bunch of these over the years, over many years, and they're much more relaxed. That's sort of what my impression has always been. Now you guys are ramping it up quite a bit. They were more casual. Well, I'm sure it's casual, but they're you got it packed full of stuff now. Wow.
Yeah,
in 50 hours or something.
Well, I mean, the feel of it is always casual. It's got the West Coast vibe.
Yeah,
we are at literally the most iconic hotel property on the entire West Coast of the United States, the Hotel Del. It's a very old building. They've just gone through over $1 billion makeover of the property that it took them several years to complete. That was the primary reason why we had to bump the convention from last year into this year, is because due to all the supply chain issues from COVID, they just couldn't get our space done in time. So hence the delay. But when you see the place now, it is spectacular. It's old Hollywood, the hotel. So even some of the hallways you go down, there's big photos of Ronald Reagan and his family, or Clark Gable, Marilyn Monroe. It's very old Hollywood, and it just has a fantastic style. It's right on the Silver Strand, which is one of the best beaches in the state of California. You literally walk right out on the beach. It's just an absolutely iconic location, and I think people are going to love that. It's going to be really great. And then in addition, I want to kick it back to Willie on this one, because in addition to educational stuff and the general feel and how relaxed and engaging of a convention it is, we have some specific things that are different this year that are going to be really, really fun. And one of them is under Willie's purview, and I'd like for you to tell the audience about that.
Yeah, well, it goes back a ways. You know, I've been going to conventions for pretty much my whole life, but in more recent times, people, you know, I run into people, and people know I'm a musician, and we get talking about music, and inevitably the subject comes up: why don't we have an industry band? Why can't we get an industry band together? There must be enough people to, you know, play enough instruments to make this work. And yeah, and you know, we've talked about it in general terms over the years, but finally, Mitch from Wayfex called me and said that, you know, he says, we got to do this. You have to do it. Just do it. And I'm like, okay, look, if CalFlowers is willing to support it and likes the idea, I'll try. But the way to do this is not to put a bunch of people together that never played before and expect to entertain a crowd for more than about 10 minutes. I said, hire a band that's willing to have musicians sit in with them. That way you have a band that knows what they're doing, and we don't have to worry about bringing equipment and dragging stuff around. So I put out the call, and I think at the moment I have 5 musicians that are willing to play. And I'll tell you if I get these right. Let me see. I've got Monty from Bill Duran, Monty Butts from Bill Duran, and I've got Ben Powell from Mayish. I have Tony Fanfare, I believe is it correct? I've have to look, from Prime Source in California. And I have one guy from Ocean Breeze, a guy named Michael Furlong, I believe it is. So we got a couple of bass players, a couple of guitar players, and I'm going to play some harmonica and sing a couple songs, and it should be quite interesting because this will be totally unrehearsed. We've got a couple songs we've agreed to do, but anyway, it'll happen right in front of your eyes. So on the beach, you brought up the beach. So it's what better place on the beach in San Diego at the Coronado, under the stars there playing music. So I look forward to it, and I hope everybody, stays up that late and watches us, although it's not going to be that late. And in the meantime, these guys over there, that guy, he's doing interviews left and right. So it's going to be quite interesting.
So Monet is saying the band is going to be amazing fun for everyone, and that's super exciting. Sorry to kind of
the best part about the band is if it goes off without a hitch, it's going to be amazing. But if you guys are terrible and awful, it's going to be equally amazing. Then we just get a point and laugh. There's no downside here for the rest of us.
Well, that's why you have
all the risk is on you guys.
A real good band behind us, so we can't go too far astray, I don't think. I think the guys will save us. They've been well cooperated. A band called the Zippers. So they're a local band, right. I think, out there in San Diego area. They play. They're pretty famous, it seems, in their own right. So it should be a blast.
At the Bloom Together after party you had sponsored, thank you for that. Williee jumped on and did his harmonica thing, and it worked out.
That's right. It
people
did.
Were jamming and bobbing their heads.
It was really good. It was really good.
Yeah, that was pretty fun. And I sort of like doing that sort of stuff. So it'll be fun. I've been practicing these songs every day. My wife's tired of hearing them now. So, but we're having fun.
Well, we're not tired of hearing them, so we're just looking forward to it at this point.
It'll be a lot of fun, and I hope everybody hangs out and parties to it. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, definitely.
So talking about fun and on the beach, Williee and I are not just honored, but super excited to have been invited to do the late night show of Flowers and Scents and the Bloom Show together, as we usually do, but on the beach during the parties, which is a super exciting part. I know that was an idea that yourself, Steve, and Monet came up with. Can you share that a little bit, and then we'll talk about it, Williee and I, but how did that idea come up? And thank you so much for allowing us to be a part of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, having Floral media there is a big part of it, and you guys have such an engaging show and such an engaging approach to the market that we just thought it'd be amazing to have you guys on hand and out and about mingling. I know you've got some stuff scheduled. I know there's gonna be a lot of spontaneity as well. Yep. But at the end of the day, it's kind of, for those who can't attend, it's going to be a glimpse into what's happening at Fun and Sun and kind of another angle on that. So we're really proud to have you guys on board. It's really going to be a fantastic time for everybody.
And thank you for that invite, and it's an honor, and we're excited because we're having a lot of guests at the end of this show. We're going to put all the guests. I wish I could go through them all, but it's really a plethora of guests. The cool thing is, Williee, as we always do, is we bring in competitors together to really talk about the industry together as a joint voice. Can you talk about that a little bit, Williee? What's been the reaction from people you've spoken to when we do that?
Well, it's as I like to say, Sahid and I, he likes to throw people into a fish bowl, and then start asking them questions as they're drowning.
That's Willie's perception.
One way of looking at it.
Because, frankly, it's more his creation, because he likes putting people together like that, and originally I was like, what are they going to talk about together? But honestly, the collaboration works, and you get, and I say that because you get the most interesting comments, because you never know quite what to expect when you throw people that either are competitors or different parts of the industry that, we all touch each other at one level or another. So everybody's connected, but It's really interesting to see when you sort of throw them together, and we don't really, we're not giving them, there's no guidelines other than, we're going to talk about what's going on in front of you in many cases.
And I think one of my highlights of doing this show with Williee was really when you, Steve Dionne, met with Victor. Remember, you guys, the first time you guys met together was right before you walked into the show. and to the Bloom Show. So the real purpose is to connect competitors together. Not that
That's
you're
right.
competitors, but you're doing two different marketing things. But you guys came together, and now Victor's at CalFlowers doing a presentation. So that really is important to us, to connect the competitors or peers in our industry together that might have never connected. So
that's another thing. Just to tie that back into the feel of Fun and Sun. One thing that's important to understand is that in the California floral industry, obviously CalFlowers, we're a national association now. Originally, we were a California-based association, but our voting members are all California-based. And the thing about California is we're just a big family of friendly competitors. Everybody does business with everybody. Everybody's off in their own channels, but we work together. We're a very collaborative industry out here on the West Coast. And the people that come and visit us at Fun and Sun, they're going to feel that. And one of the best places to feel it is in the flower fair. The flower fair is probably the most important segment of Fun and Sun. It's our chance for our growers and our distributors to put their best foot forward, get their best products out in front of people, get their salespeople engaging with people. It's such a great opportunity to, determine new lines of supply for the attendees and that sort of thing. But it's just kind of one big happy family out here, and that you get a feel for it there. You get a feel for it at the golf tournament, which is another thing I wanted to mention.
That'd be a lot of fun.
Golf is on Monday, and we have, I think just 2 days ago, they finalized the foursomes. And I think we have room for one foursome left. So we're pretty close to our limit on golf, but that's at the Coronado Golf Course, which is a historical, just an amazing place to play. And so, when you lump those different things, the flower fair and the golf and, the horse show and some of the other things that we haven't even talked about yet, it's really quite a diverse set of things, and there's something there for everybody. And but really, it's the feel. It's the California community is very welcoming, engaging, fun-loving, but also very serious about growing their business and getting new customers, getting new vendors. It's all there. So
and what I've always heard about it, it's very family oriented. So that's hilarious what's happening here. But what I've also heard that it's very family oriented. That's why I'm bringing my wife, and I'm joining Jay on his flower crown and cocktails. So I'm super excited about that. But tell me about that, how it's family. I've heard that over and over. It's a great place.
It very much is. And part of that is, so it's not only family oriented for plus ones, for spouses. It's also kids have always been welcome at Fun and Sun. But over the last, I would say, 10 years or so, there's been a significant movement towards everybody bringing their kids to Fun and Sun, because there's always a great hotel property. And what we found is that in doing that, you turn industry colleagues into industry friends. So next time you see them, you're like, hey, did your son get into Notre Dame that he was applying to, or did your daughter get her driver's license yet, or how's dance lessons going? You find a different level of connection and engagement with your peers when you start to intermingle your family. So that's always been a really fun part of it. I think this year is gonna be a little bit less of that, only because typically we're in July, and right in a common year for Fun and Sun, this time we're into the school year, so there's a little bit less opportunity for people to travel with their children. But we know there's going to be quite a few on hand, and we have a special design seminar set aside for kids only, and they're going to be learning how to make little floral ice cream sundaes, and I think they're going to get a huge kick out of that. So it's definitely a family oriented affair, and we're proud of that aspect.
Gotcha. And then going back to the late night show with Williee and I, we're really excited about that as well, because all those jumping calls, and it's just going to be dynamic. It really feels exciting to have that. And we also have Blue Monday joining us, where we'll be going live, and as well, we're hoping to catch a glimpse of Williee and the Flower Band live while he's doing his thing.
You better. It's only going to happen.
We're going to do our best, because we'll be doing this, but then so we're prepping for it, and I'm super excited to do that, and I'm excited about the jumping call. So talking about jumping calls, I'm excited to see that we have a jumping person. What the jumping calls are going to be is in between our. That's a jumping call right there. You see?
Yeah, that's it. That's the first one.
So it's going to be it's in between the interviews that we have aligned, we're just going to be calling people in. And one thing that I did want to kind of focus on was on couples, right? Because it's more family oriented. What does that other couple of flower industry, first lady or first husband, how does that feel to be? So we're going to be doing that. So I have a cool guest right now. Let me jump him in. And this is Mr. Jay Schwanke.
Hey, Jay.
My dogs are in the other room, Willie, just so you know.
We're in the green room because my dogs keep barking.
I know, right? It's good.
Good to see you, Jay.
Hey, you as well. So I have to tell you, Steve, this is my favorite convention of all time. I mean,
Love to hear it.
Fun and Sun has always been the place to go to see the people that we want to see and to learn the things that we want to learn. And I think the other thing that's really cool about it, with all the dynamic interventions that you have for this, along with, Willie and Sahid, but also just the people that are going to be there and the flowers. Youth to all about flowers. And that's what we're going to see. You have an amazing design team that creates spectacular decor. So every event that we go to is world-class and jaw-dropping. Then we have the flower fair where we get to meet those people that grow all the flowers that we love so much. And I think that's CalFlowers' strength, is, as you said, bringing this flower family together so we can all be together and have a great time. And I think it's wonderful. The networking, you've added design this year, which I think is incredible, because we've got the floral coach coming. We've got Patience Pickner. I'm teaching a flower crown class in the historic crown room at the Dell.
That's right.
So, that's incredible. And we're going to make some flower cocktails, and we're going to do an edible flower tasting as well.
Love it.
So that's going to be incredible too. And then you asked me to bring out the Flower Power Challenge, and that's going to be an opportunity for 8 people in our industry. They don't know who they are yet, neither do we, to compete in a challenge over 10 minutes and win a huge grand prize, which includes 2 round-trip airfare tickets on Alaska Airlines, as well as some amazing wine and wine gift baskets and stuff like that. So I think that's going to be just a fun part. The cool part about that competition is those 8 people will compete in pairs, again, themed towards Said's look at couples. They don't have to be a couple, but they'll be a couple for that competition.
That's right.
Then they'll compete, and the audience will pick their favorite person their favorite couple who represented the flower industry. And that's going to be cool. So it's always a pleasure for me to be involved. You got Kelly and I on interview.
I was about to say, yes.
Just so you all know.
Good share. That was a good one to get Kelly.
That's a huge get. Yeah.
That's a huge get. That's right.
You can always get me. You can't always get him. So that's good. Yeah.
Thank you for that. We know a guy. We know a guy that knows a guy. So let me take a couple. Let me take a couple shouts here. Sorry that I'm covering you guys. Late night, get a death, Sahid. You beat Jimmy Fallon and have Willie and the gang be side band, aka the Roots Band. That's Linda Burgos. We have Nancy. Oh, she's hearing a little echo. Sorry about that. And Nicole Palazzo is can't wait for the first proper Fun and Sun. Looking forward to meeting new flower peeps, finding new vendors, and seeing you all. Steve is right. The Dell is fabulous.
I have a comment on that. Nicole was a key player in bringing together a recent young professionals group, the Next Gen group. Big shout out, because our industry needs that, channel for people who are wanting to increase their engagement in the industry, wanting to learn more about management roles. It's a talent incubator. It's fantastic. So I think Nicole and her entire team over there deserves a huge shout out for what they accomplished. It was a very successful event, and they deserve a lot of credit for what they did.
It was an awesome thing, and they all worked really hard. I was there, and I'm allowed to be there one more year, because then I hit the time limit.
You're aging yourself, Sahid.
I get the expiration date, but it was awesome. It was a great experience, and I'm thank you for mentioning that, because they all worked really hard for that. And then Monet says, "What a great surprise!" And she's talking about you, Jay.
Hey, your team Steve has worked so hard to bring this whole thing to fruition. And it's your board of directors, it's your staff, it's all the people that work together. And it truly is an undertaking to bring a convention, especially now, after everything we've been through. Bringing all this stuff together is really incredible. And the guest list is a who's who of the flower industry. So, I mean, I'm just looking forward to seeing so many people I haven't seen in years. So it's really going to be great.
And
and tying into your comment, Jay, the behind the scenes work to get this thing off the ground and run well. Monet and Chris on the CalFlowers staff are just consummate professionals when it comes to this stuff. And there's very few people who understand exactly how much goes on behind the scenes and getting these events ready. I know Laura Weaver from SAF knows. Monet certainly knows. Chris has been involved for over 20 years. So all the credit goes to CalFlower staff. Lonnie, she has her role to play as well. So we're a tight little team. There's 4 staff at CalFlowers. There's, me, Lonnie, Monet, and Chris. And we're a tight little team, but we have a very, very supportive board that have been in step with us the whole time, pushing to get people invited, coming up with ideas for this. Our committee, Todd Ingham from Dram Ector, Kim Kudo from Kim's Flower Network. We've got a robust committee behind them. They're leading it. They've done a great job. Kim in particular has organized a really pleasing outcome for all the convention flowers. They're going to be sent off to the Southwest AIFD chapter, who's going to create floral arrangements that'll be then delivered to veteran homes. So all the convention flowers are going to be repurposed to get in the hands of veterans, and also repurposed for some local design seminars as well. So, for all the flower growers and importers have been so generous to provide product for the convention, you should feel confident that those flowers are going to be in good hands even after the convention's over and do their job as flowers, which is bringing joy into people's lives.
Yeah, it's amazing. When you deal with your members, I'm so fortunate that our Flower Crown event is going to be an amazing American-grown event, because we have foliage from Fern Trust, we have flowers from Ocean Breeze, and we have flowers from Holland America Flowers. And that's just super. When you call those people and you're asking them for something that they could sell, but rather they're going to donate it so we can experience the beautiful flowers that are grown by our members, that's really, truly dedication. And it's just amazing that they all come through so that we can get together and experience the flowers that are grown by all the people in CalFlowers and get to see what they make and what they grow and what they sell to us. I mean, it's just such a feel-good operation. It really is. And
if I may
backs it up.
Go ahead.
To that point, beginning tomorrow, Floral Trade is going to be moving 2 semis of fresh flowers down to the property. So,
wow.
And I also need to mention Armellini as well, who's always been a huge supporter of us and is a very significant part of the transportation equation for us as well.
I know.
But yeah, you happen to know those guys. There's some familiarity.
Just a little.
But 2 semis are going to be going down of fresh flowers. Obviously some pallets of hard goods as well, but there's going to be a lot of gorgeous product there, and it all comes from the generosity of CalFlowers members. So absolutely, tons of appreciation for everybody choosing to participate in the way that they have, and it's going to be absolutely visually stunning to be on.
And they are,
I envy the guests that are going to be at the Hotel Del that are not part of our convention, because we are going to blow their minds with what they see down there. It's going to be great.
That's right. Steve, I'm also excited about that flower feeling, because, we have been featuring that flower feeling on the front of season 4 of Jay Schwanke's Life in Bloom nationwide. 92 million people seeing it every week. And it's so important that you've provided a curriculum for people that they can learn how to utilize that and to leverage it for their own personal flower business. And that's just such a huge benefit for the benefit CalFlowers already gifted to our industry. And so now being able to learn about it and learn from the industry professionals that you're bringing together that are going to allow us to learn how to leverage that and make it our own, Make that flower feeling part of what we do. We are so thankful that CalFlowers has helped us with Jay Schwanke's Life in Bloom, but it's even better to know that every single person that watches those shows in season 4, both now and in the years to come, are going to see that flower feeling connected to it. And I think that that's just, it's a huge deal. It's a huge deal. Been a huge, huge benefit for our industry.
Well, I appreciate you saying that, Jay. And I'm really excited to present to the industry for the first time the data behind the campaign. Awesome. We're going to show you exactly how well it worked. It's been outrageously successful, beyond what our expectations for sure. And obviously, this is part of a funding push as well. We are going to, your wallets are going to be vibrating a little bit at the convention when I start asking you to help fund the campaign. But we're asking for very painless levels of funding. And our goal is low funding levels on a per company basis, but everybody in the industry has to participate to make it happen. Every segment has to participate to make it happen. And if we do that, if we win, it's going to be such a massive win for the industry, because we'll keep ourselves out there. You know, we've already exposed our campaign to over 60 million consumers, and we've changed minds. We've changed hearts and minds about how they feel about flowers, their expectation of whether they're going to purchase flowers, different uses for flowers, having flowers in their everyday lives. It's all there. And so it's really, really an exciting moment for us, for sure.
It's awesome.
And we're also excited with the show. We're going to have Jeannie Bowes and Juice. I don't want to say his last name because I'm going to butcher it.
Yost.
Yeah,
you can call Uncle Joe if you struggle with the pronunciation of his first name. Just Uncle Joe. Yeah, that works.
There you go. But we are also going to have Yost on Monday and Jeannie to talk about that flower feeling and to give some insight as well. So if you're not able to make it to Fun and Sun, do tune in so you can hear some information about it as well.
Yeah, and Jeannie and Yost, they were very integral part of developing on the creative side of the campaign. It was the three of us that traveled over to Warsaw, Poland to oversee the filming production, and then to Amsterdam for all the still photography and the final creative work. They've been deeply involved since day one. The industry owes Jeannie, Yost, and the rest of the people on that marketing committee a lot of gratitude for the work that they put in on their own time. This is their volunteer effort, and they've dedicated countless hours towards this. And so I think I can speak for Jeannie, Yost, and the rest of the committee and the rest of the board just on what our internal level of excitement is to finally begin to truly share this with the industry and show people what we've been able to accomplish, and ask people to join forces with us to keep this thing going decades into the future.
Look forward to it.
That's awesome. So we're already kind of up on our time. You know, again, thank you so much.
Now let's just keep talking. This is fun. Let's just keep
hang out. All right, cool. I'll crack open a beer.
Well, I have one last comment. One last comment, and that is that what's nice about Fun and Sun, you see different people. Than at least in my world, I see different people than I would normally see. I don't think it's an East Coast, West Coast, but more, you know, I'm in South America and different places. So you just see, you know, more West Coast people for one, more growers. It's really nice to see that part of the industry, frankly.
And it's on the beach, right? And let's not forget it's in San Diego, man. So Saturday, and it's also in San Diego. Great food, great people, and great environment.
Gorgeous weather. The physical beauty of Coronado Island and the surrounding landscape. San Diego Harbor, the city skyline is right there. It is absolutely breathtaking. So it's definitely one of the best spots in the entire West Coast.
Right. So again, gentlemen, see you Monday. So thank you, Steve, for your time. As I said, I know you're busy, so thank you for hanging out with us. And Jay, thanks for jumping in.
Absolutely. Thanks for asking me.
For the jumping call. I know, I was all surprised. I wasn't expecting you at all. Thank you, guys. I'm going to put you guys in the Bloom Room, and Willie and I are going to say goodbye.
All right, gentlemen. Thanks again for having us on. Appreciate it.
Thank you for joining. Appreciate you.
Yep.
So Willie, that was a lot of fun. It's really good to see what they're up to, right? Well, what are you most excited about?
Man, well, geez, they're packing a lot in. You know, they're just they've got it all going on. You know, the good news is they've got it covered from every which direction. It's going to be fun. And again, this is a relatively small convention in the grand scheme of things. It's a pretty intimate setting when it's all said and done. So you really get the chance to rub elbows with people again and sit at tables you wouldn't normally sit at and get friendly with people that you probably know, but you don't know. You know what I mean? You never had a chance to sit down and
like
chat.
Steve said, make friends, right? That's a cool part of our.
You connect, as you like to say, and it's definitely what's going on. You're connecting, whether it's having a beer or sharing a salad.
Or sharing a salad. You're a salad eater, huh? So the late night show that I'm very excited about and honored to be doing with you and at Fun and Sun will be on. I'm going to put it down here. But we'll be at 8:29, so it's the Monday at 8 p.m. And then we have an episode at 12:15, sorry about that, on Tuesday and 8 p.m. And it's going to run for an hour or so, but in between, we're going to have jumping calls that we kind of just gave an example of what that jumping call is. And again, if you're not going to be at Fun and Sun, tune in because you will hear what's happening and you will see what's happening too, which is going to be exciting because we are going to be on the beach, on the sand. Right, Willie?
I'm ready. I got my shoes off already.
You got your shoes off already. And then Denise Wheeler is saying, Wheeler is saying, see you Monday. So there's a lot of people that are already excited about this. So cool. That's awesome. Cool. So at the end of this, when Willie and I say goodbye, I'm going to put a big posting and it's going to show all the guests that are going to be joining any guests, but do keep an eye out for Willie's emails, our emails, and also our LinkedIn and our social to keep an eye out to know it is a little late. That's why we're calling it a late night show. So grab a nightcap, grab a coffee,
take a nap,
or take a nap before. Grab some. I used to love having cookies with milk to watch Jay Leno. So grab some cookies and milk and watch Jay Leno for a nightcap. Not Jay Leno. We're not Jay Leno.
No, you get the idea.
Sahid. All right, Willie. Willie, I'll see you soon. I'm super excited to see you.
Enjoy.
And again, thanks for joining.
See you soon.
Take care.